Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, and welcome back to Division 8, Season 4 of United League Racing here on our very own YouTube channel. Today, this is race number 7 in Austria. Another one of my favorite tracks because of just how simple it really is. This is also known as the Red Bull Ring, and, yeah, home of Red Bull, pretty much.
Yeah, especially with Max Verstappen, I think winning the last 4 races on this, or at least the last 2 races, and I think the year before Hamilton won one and Bottas won one, and the year before that I think Max Verstappen won all 3 of the last 3 ones after that. So Red Bull actually performing quite well on the circuit, and welcome back from my side as well. It's good to be commentating again after 2 races without a stream for Division 8, and now we're back.
Yeah, it's definitely nice to be back commentating here. Daylight savings time has been a problem, but aside from that, we're back.
Yeah, and we're back with good weather, at least for qualified, and an Alfa Romeo of Tutuula being the first driver to actually start a flying lap. Comes to the last corner, and yeah, begins now. You said track is quite simple. I agree. 9 corners. If you want, you can call it 10 corners. We won't argue on that. But I think so many different types of corners and technical so difficult at some point, especially in the last sector, that it is not that easy in comparison to other tracks.
And speaking of last sector, there was a yellow flag for just a moment when you mentioned last sector, but thankfully it's cleared for now, so that means Tutuula can still continue on his flying lap.
Yeah, goes uphill. On the left you can see the Red Bull monument.
Yeah.
And now through the last sector, this is really difficult, that section. You can easily invalidate on the outside, and now into the last 2 turns, and there is a rule for this track, so we're not allowed to go wide at this corner here twice in a race. You can maximum go wide twice without a warning. Yeah, just a rule set for this race. And Tutuula goes top to the boarding times, boarding speed, whatever you call it, 1:04.3, and we had a Red Bull spinning in turn 1, which was your or the Walker.
Yeah, pretty unfortunate for him. And what you mentioned about Max Verstappen winning at the Red Bull Ring, I gotta say, like, Max Verstappen is pretty much Red Bull's golden boy at this point.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, I would still rate him a bit behind Vettel. Of course, Vettel had great 4 years of Red Bull, you can't deny that. Actually, great 5 years, but of course, great 4 years winning the championship. But still, Max Verstappen is doing a great job. You saw that also the last race in Saudi Arabia, where he fought to the last lap and won it, actually.
I have yet to watch it.
In the Red Bull.
I have yet to watch the Saudi Arabia Grand Prix, unfortunately.
Oh no! Oh, I'm really sorry if I spoiled you there. I'm not gonna say anything.
Nah,
sorry,
it's all good. I already heard the news on what is it, Twitter,
okay.
and
Okay.
I also was lurking around in some Discord servers. Which reminds me, I remember this reminds me of during the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix, it was qualifying. It was Q2. I was watching it while at work. I was cleaning up a room at work. As soon as I look at the TV, I see Mick Schumacher spin out and crash.
Oh, yeah, that was an awful crash. And I'm just so happy to see him. Actually, I mean, without spoiling you, I'm so happy that he was actually in the garage for the race yesterday, and he actually was watching the race with his team. So seeing him standing, walking, speaking, acting, that really filled my heart yesterday, because that could have gone horribly wrong, as Marcus goes P1 in a Ferrari.
Yep, the current championship leader and also the current constructors team in the lead of the championship. Constructors with Ferrari being the #1 on the spot right now. And yeah, HCL Marcus currently leads the championship along with his teammate Evil Chris. So it's a 1-2 Ferrari for Ferrari for now.
Yeah. That's actually what I exactly want to see in the championship in the real Formula One, which is possible, to be fair, and
Yeah,
actually is at the moment.
the Ferrari power
Well, actually
unit's been
isn't.
really good these past few races.
Yeah.
I mean, we've seen Kevin Magnussen get P5 last week, and then yesterday he got P9?
P9, yeah. I mean, you're still about to watch the race, but of course, you always need to be lucky with safety cars, virtual safety cars, and here as well, with us driving in esports leagues, if there's a safety car for the wrong timing and you can't pit or you're on the wrong set of tires, you're always a bit disadvantaged. But of course, that's part of racing. You need to be lucky at some points, and yeah, got a bit unlucky.
Yep, there's no doubt about that. So current top 10 is Marcus, Tuturula, Striker, Batmato, Sosunpat, Toxic Planet, The Walkers, Alan Liam, Rakish? I still don't know how to pronounce that. Rakish? And then Cacho Silva.
Yeah, actually pretty surprising Tuturula being so far up the grid, actually really surprises me. So good job by him putting in that lap on the second one actually. So probably with less ERS than he had on his main lap. Of course, Marcus in P1, Striker in P3, Batmato with his teammate actually just behind him. Only saw some separating the two McLarens. Reserve driver today. There will be a second reserve driver, hopefully coming in a few minutes. That will be Joshua, I think. And he will be then in the Alpine teammating Stachatista and replacing Lazium for today's race. And let's see who we have. There actually is Sosunpat. No, he's slow, so I think David, David, I think you pronounce that, in P11 at the moment is on a fast lap on those medium tires.
Yeah, it is pronounced as David.
Yeah.
And, yeah, he's currently on the last sector.
Yeah. Let's see, last two corners. Oh, takes it nicely on the curb.
It almost looks like on my screen he spun out, but thankfully he didn't.
Yeah.
And I gotta be honest, there are times where I run wide in some of these corners,
yeah.
especially at that hairpin turn that some of the drivers are about to approach, like David. Who else is approaching that?
Turn 3. Up
yeah,
the hill.
turn 3.
Yeah. Actually, you always want to brake a bit too early for that corner. Usually you want to brake a bit later, and for that corner you want to brake a bit too early. But of course, since it's uphill, you can brake actually quite late. And now Joshua actually joined, so that's good for him. I just need to text him. I'm not allowed to go and qualify. I think he knows that already.
Anyways, so now we're seeing Evil Chris. Unfortunately, his lap is invalidated, so he will have to try again for another lap. He's not going into the pits. He's got DRS right now, and he starts his flying lap in the Ferrari. And if you're just joining us right now... Oh, sorry.
No issue. You can continue.
And if you're just joining in right now, we're currently at 8 minutes and 21 seconds left as Kiko in the Haas takes pole position from Marcus. Yeah, we're 8 minutes into qualifying.
Yeah, I actually think he was one of the drivers, as Marcus actually goes 300ths of a second faster than him, so pretty close between the two. And David is in P3 with those medium tires. I didn't notice that.
Interesting. That's pretty interesting.
So, I mean, but of course the tire gap, since the track is really short and there are not a lot of corners integrated, the gap between soft and medium actually isn't that big. As oh wow,
Evil Chris.
Yep,
Evil Chris takes pole position, and it's currently a 1-2 on the two Ferraris will be on the front row.
Ooh, and as Walker spun out, but he still improved to P4, on a set of medium tires as well. Actually, David's medium tire actually is 6 laps old, so it wouldn't start on that tire, but still pretty good lap.
Yeah, splendid work from Walker's and also David for using the medium compound tires for and getting on the top 5. That's pretty nice.
Yeah. But of course, gaps will be pretty close today. I think the closest on the whole Formula 1 calendar, because track is the shortest. The times are the fastest we see on every F1 track. So yeah, we'll be pretty close. Every corner counts.
Yeah, I would definitely agree with that. Something about this track just feels so... I don't know what it is. I guess it just kind of feels like home to me, even though I'm not born in Austria. And not only that, I think it was either yesterday or the day before when I was just goofing around in this track in VR. I was playing Automobilista 2, and I was just doing a couple of practice laps in VR, and
oh, I would get so sick, to be honest, if I go VR.
I mean, I feel like if you're doing sim racing in VR, it does just feel innovative. Actually, no, not innovative, immersive. And if you're wearing gloves, it's just a whole nother level. But I understand what you mean with how some people can get motion sickness from doing that type of thing.
Yeah.
Thankfully, that hasn't happened to me yet, so it's... Yeah, I don't want to jinx myself, but I think I can handle VR pretty well. So the people that have yet to start a flying lap are Yuji, Stretchatise, and Joshua. And Yuji is just about to start his flying lap in the Williams. Next person to start his flying lap is Joshua, and then Stretchatise will be the last person to start his hot lap. But so far, we've got quite an interesting line of lap times here. Just hundredths or tenths of a second faster, or between each other, and is just absolutely brilliant to see. And Stryker, while doing that, he's got second place from HCL Marcus. So now it's going to be a Red Bull surrounded sandwich between two Ferraris on the grid. With 3 minutes and 12 seconds left. Wonder how
now it counts. Now it counts. Still some drivers in the pit. They will come out. Toxic Planet in the McLaren goes P4 as Stretchatise goes P2. 200s behind Evil Chris. That shows how quick that lap time was for Evil Chris, because he's still up there. Kiko is the next to cross the line, and he's improving by 2 tenths. Kiko is on the verge of getting a provisional pole now in the Haas. Ooh, gets a bit wide. Still not invalidated. Really nice taken for the last corner.
Looks like he almost spun and gets P3.
P3. But still 9 thousandths behind Stretchatise, about 300 behind Evil Chris. So still really close.
Oi oi oi.
Tutuula? Let's see, Tutuula is the next one.
No, Tutorula is not the next one. Alan Liam is about to start his next flying lap.
For me, Tutorula is actually the next one. He's actually now in sector 2 already. Oh, he outbacked himself. I'm not sure whether he's improving actually, because he made some mistakes. Just stay at Alan Liam, and I will go with Tutorula. He isn't improving. At least in the second sector.
Into the fourth corner, Alan Liam goes. Then going into the next one. Almost runs a bit wide there. Gets a 44.37 for sector 2 time.
Yeah, he needs to get this last sector spot on. Turn 9, a bit wide on the entry, but on the exit is pretty good. And now he goes up to
P6.
He's retired. I think in the box retired. And Evil Chris will not improve. He invalidated, and he won't be able to do another lap. Marcus is fast. Marcus is in the first sector, now in the second sector. Can Evil Chris's teammate, Marcus, snatch pole position away from him?
That could be possible. Let's see what happens as we watch the onboard with the telemetry on.
Oh, it's really, really close. Needs to find just another half of a tenth. And he jumps up to pole position. Oh, wow. What a gap. More than 2 tenths, actually.
Absolutely splendid work from Marcus. Snatches pole position back in his hands. And it remains as a 1-2 for Ferrari. Unless...
Tutorula spawn. Tutorula spawn, catches silver, stays P12, Tutorula stays P13. Then we have Warcheat. P17 jumped up to P15 actually, so nice work from him. Mercedes coming now, that's David, and after him we have Bad Meadow. The Walker's right behind.
David takes P5.
Bad Meadow P2. And Evil Chris invalidated.
Oh no.
Stoica invalidated, and Alan Liam invalidated. That means we have us starting good for today's race.
Yeah.
And it's again a Ferrari on pole position. It's HCR Marcus, the championship leader, again on pole position for today's race. 1:3.655, a bit more than 2 times ahead of Bad Matter, who improves by quite a lot of time to put himself between the 2 Ferraris. Sergio the P4, Kiko P5, David and Striker will be in P6, P7, Toxic Planet P8, and the last, or the 5th starting row will be completed by Alan and Liam and Sauce and Pat.
Yep. This is going to be our grid for today's race. I feel like I've seen a 1-3 on the grid for Ferrari before. Was it in Bahrain, or am I just making stuff up right now?
Nah, you're making stuff up right now.
Oh man.
And let's look why there's still a driver being pushed into the pits at the gap. There's, except of Yujai, there's not a single car outside the second, which is pretty amazing, from P1 to P17 I think it was. And we'll see it now. I mean, the top 10 separated by just 4 tenths. From P2 to from P2 to P9, it's less than 1 tenth, which is unbelievable. And then, yeah, we have 2 drivers doing the same lap time. Southern Pat, the Walkers, and Adam Lee and Toxic Planet are separated by 1,000 of a second. So, yeah.
Ay, ay, ay. That is insane.
Really close. That's actually just, I mean, that's probably a gear. Like, if you choose to go in the fourth gear through a corner or in the fifth gear, or maybe just how you warm up your tires, how much good, that, or 1,000 is nothing. Maybe if you're a bit too far on the left or on the right when you go over the line, I mean, yeah, pretty
Yeah.
close.
And I was looking at Bahrain qualifying for this season for this 2022 F1 season, and yeah, I have seen 1-3 before. It was in Bahrain with Leclerc being pole position and Sainz on P3 at the start of the race.
Ah, of course, yeah, of course. Yeah, you're absolutely right.
It's
Max
funny though
Verstappen
because
was
I'm like,
P2.
wait, have I seen this before? So if you're just joining us right now, welcome aboard. We are in Austria, and we are just about to start the formation lap with 5 seconds to go. I guess everybody's just starting to select their strategy. And here we go. Formation lap is starting. So, 36 laps on this track. It's definitely gonna go by pretty quickly. Uh, and yeah, there's not really much else I can say. Um, Here at the Red Bull Ring, and on your screen you're seeing the predicted pit stop strategy, which are both two stop strategies. One is soft, medium, medium, and the other was soft, medium, hard. So we'll definitely see what people are going with. And you're seeing right now the top 10 is going to start with soft compound tires, and then we've got, let's see,
2 on the soft tire, and the
yeah,
rest on medium. Yeah, I actually can confirm that actually the fastest strategy is a soft, medium, soft strategy, but all depends, of course, on tire wear and when you pit, when there's a safety car. And as I said, gap between medium and soft tires isn't that big, to be honest.
alrighty. So the last driver has just got to his spot on the grid. And the lights are going on, and we are racing. There's been a lot of wheel
Great,
spin. Rocket start
great
for
stuff on
Marcus, and they ease down to turn one.
All
And
the walkers spun.
they're the
Not sure what
walkers.
that was.
Oh no, walkers are spun. Meanwhile, Bad Metal currently takes the lead going into that sharp corner, and yes, Bad Metal has passed Marcus after they went wheel to wheel in the first sector of this track.
Kiko gets past David again. Tries to overtake Evil Chris, can't make it. Toxic Planet on the inside of Striker. Striker can defend at the moment. Now he's on the inside for the next corner. As Adam Liam gets past Sossenpad on the inside. Sossenpad gets spun. Was a bit over aggressive. Gets it back on track quite superb. Drops down to P17, P18. Lowest.
Yeah,
And Adam Liam gets past Striker as well. So great move.
absolutely interesting to see. And yeah, it's unfortunate that those few drivers have made some mistakes, but anything can happen, and we might see a great comeback for the Walkers.
Yeah, of course. Especially, it's only 3.7 seconds behind Sossenpad, so In fact, there's everything to play for. And now let's see whether it was so clever from Bad Matter to actually go P1, because now Asia Marcus can stay behind him, get the DRS from the next lap onwards, and just be there all the time. Because it's really difficult to get outside the 1 second window. As Gacho Silva gets past Brian Joshua on the inside, on the outside gets a bit too wide, forced back to P14, brings Alex Beast up another place, already improved by 3 places, as Gacho Silva and Brian B actually goes side by side with turn 8. And now towards turn 9, of course there's still tire difference, Brian B on the soft, Gacho Silva on the medium tire. So of course there's a minor tire difference in acceleration and braking.
And Stretch Artise, no, it's not Stretch Artise, it's Alan Liam who sets the fastest lap so far, a 107.2 I think it said, and then the Walkers, he's already starting to make a comeback because he just sets the fastest lap on those medium tires. He is charging at the train right now.
And now we have a battle for the lead. Bad Matter on the inside now gets the DRS and gets again past Michaels for P1. So Batista will be over to he goes offside the track and he will now go wide, puts Evo Chris.
No!
Contact.
Oh, there was contact!
Oh yeah, that was Toxic Planet really took advantage, and that's Alan Lee on the inside of Evo Chris. So that was a racing incident, because I was right on board on Evo Chris. He was. Do you remember the crash in Singapore with Vettel, Verstappen, and Kimi Räikkönen? The starting crash in 2017, and actually Evo Chris was Verstappen in that point.
Oh.
Yeah, and now Evo Chris got past.
I haven't seen that in a while, so yeah, my memory is a little rusty.
I think he spun in front of the pit lane.
Oh
and he
no!
blocked the pit lane. Let's say put it in special marks. Not his fault probably. David gets past Toxic Planet, as Joshua gets past Alex Beasing. So drivers really fighting today for the positions. Yeah. Interestingly, Toxic Planet now tries again to get up to P4, which he is able to do. But of course he has no DRS at the moment, because he's 1.7 seconds behind Stachatiste, which means that he doesn't have the opportunity to open his DRS, which means that he's quite vulnerable on the straight. And Joshua spun. Turn 7, turn 6. Now down to turn 7. Stays P17, and the Walkers now up to P16. So there's still possibility of him finishing quite far up the road.
And Zamor gets a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. Stretch Artise sets the fastest lap with a 106.5.
I actually been waiting till every driver crosses the line, but at the moment it stays like that. He has the fastest lap at the moment. Oh, and there's the car of track. UG spun turn 1. That's yeah.
Yep, it's unfortunate. I feel like I would have done. I mean, I can't really blame him because like that corner can get a little tough sometimes as well. I've most of the time I've actually I think most of the time I've ran a little wide on that turn, but I mean, if I spin, I wouldn't be surprised because like that's happened a couple of times. I mean, running wide would happen more often, but spinning out has happened.
I'm not sure which driver you are at the moment, but the drivers in the midfield, P4, P5, P6, P7, P8, are side by side with the whole middle sector.
This is absolutely so insane right now. Forget about the...
Of course,
oh no!
Yeah.
I just saw Striker hit the wall. And, oh no, Tutorula's a 10-second time penalty for Tutorula. Also, forget about that 5-car battle we saw in Portugal. This battle right now is insane.
Striker in the wall. Spun turn 1.
And he'll have to box in for a new front wing. Because that front wing is gone. It is gone.
Gone. Absolutely. And we have Marcus again in P1, Bad Matter P2. So, actually, of course, Bad Matter's no ERS anymore. So he will be quite vulnerable to Stachatiste the next lap. David still can't slows down. He's a bit faster. Of course, they're fighting in front of him. Evo Chris still fighting for the podium. Alex with a time penalty. Of course, we will see that more often probably this race. So now, pushes him off track, to be honest.
Both Stretcher Tuesday and Batman will have DRS.
In the back, Catcher Silver against Brian B. Into turn 1, he wouldn't risk it. No, he doesn't. And now he's a bit too far behind for turn 3. And we have Bat Meadow against Stretcher Tuesday into turn 3. Will he go for a move? No, he's not going for a move.
He's coming up close.
Yeah, he's close, but...
Stretcher Tuesday and Bat Meadow both have DRS, but Bat Meadow, can he go? He goes down the inside and he gets past Stretcher Tuesday.
Oh no! Oh, he pushes them up a bit. But I think that was still a bit fair.
That's what you call revenge, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And do you know who that helps? Marcus out of the DRS now, and I think now that Marcus has clean air and nobody behind him, he will really push on and show his pace.
Yeah, Marcus did get pretty lucky there to have these two, knowing that these two, Bat Meadow and Stretcher Tuesday had a little feud of their own.
Ooh, I think something happened to Alex's Beast. Oh, no front wing anymore. Something happened to him. Probably didn't spawn off, or probably hit somebody. So he's gonna pit, which is unfortunate since he's on the medium tire. Top 8 on the soft. So at least they pass Bat Meadow again. But of course Bat Meadow now with the chance to go for another overtake. But can't make it big.
Bat Meadow currently stays in P3 after that DRS zone, but he's gonna try again.
Yeah, the problem is here now is David behind him and Evo Chris and Alan Liam and Toxic Planet and Brian B. So top 8, actually really top 8 now because Marcus lost this 1 second gap. Are the DRS winner, and then there's a gap forming between them and Catcher Silver. But of course the medium tire is a tiny bit slower still. So the moment when Catcher Silver's on that soft tire, he will be faster. And therefore it's important for him to not fight and lose time.
Here we go, another DRS trade into turn 1. They go.
Actually, I would say that overtaking is a bit more difficult since everybody has DRS, but the drivers seem really fascinating about overtaking our drivers. A bit harsh on the ERS. I think the only one who's saving ERS is Marcus and David.
Yeah, Marcus tends to be very keen about his ERS, because I mean you never know. I mean he's like just making sure that he's scheming. He schemes basically.
Yeah. I mean, I would say of all the drivers we have today, the Marcus is probably one of the best racecraft. So race intelligence, saving ERS, saving tires, being not that aggressive, and he showed that in the last few races. That's why he's always been up there. And Evo Chris goes for the undercut. Lap 10, ooh, a bit too fast, but still made it. Wow. And he will go on to a soft or medium. What will it be? It will be the medium tire. And he will have free air, so that's good for him. And he will now try to undercut David, Bat Meadow, maybe even Stretcher Tuesday and his teammate.
That's going to be interesting to see here, as we see yet another DRS train. But unfortunately, Stretcher Tuesday is not going to be able to catch up to... Oh, wait. Nah, he's not going to be able to catch up to Marcus. I thought he would, but...
No, not yet. I mean, in fact, if I was Stretcher Tuesday, I would pit now, go into a soft tire, and go for a very aggressive undercut, because I think... Oh, Stretcher Tuesday spins out! That Mada loses the car, Stretcher Tuesday spins out, and now the drivers need to pit in case of a safety car.
Oh no! Stretcher Tuesday was doing pretty good, but then that happened.
Oh, and that was so unfortunate that Mado actually carries on.
There's a yellow flag. Doesn't look like there might be a safety car yet.
No. Either way, he's gone, and David on the medium tire, Marcus on the medium tire as well. And let's see now where Evil Chris is. Evil Chris for the final corner. And now he's flat out, ERS turned on, and he would definitely get past the Mercedes. Let's see about his teammate. He's just behind his teammate, but past the Mercedes. Good undercut, I would say.
Yeah.
And of course very important for Sergio Batista, because he was running actually quite safe in the top 3, as Adam Liam against Toxic Planet. The McLaren guys are trying to go for 1-2. And actually made it. Toxic Planet gets past. Oh no, not yet. Adam Liam fights back.
They are side by side. Adam Liam goes down the inside.
That's good. Perfect move. Toxic Planet now into turn 9. Shouldn't do it. And now we have Bad Maddow in the pits. And that's good how the drivers enter the pit. That's in the regulations as well. You need to be on the right side of the right of the line. And all the drivers I've seen so far done that. So respect to the drivers.
Yeah, mad respect to those guys.
And Kiko spun out. Oh, and Evil Chris spun out, I think. Evil Chris, last corner. I saw
man.
spinning, and he's in the pits again.
Yep, he's going to the pits.
Oh, that's so unfortunate. But Maddow stays P2, and Evil Chris got a 5-second time penalty.
For speeding in the pit lane.
There's David in the pit as well. So there must have been contact between the two of them, probably.
Probably, yeah.
That's the second time for both drivers that they were in the pits. Oh, that's really unfortunate, actually. And
by some miracle, the walkers. Wait, was it the walkers that had a very bad start?
Yeah,
wow.
And Kiko in the pit. I just wanted to say the walkers now up to P6. He can profit from that.
What a miracle for him.
Yeah. Toxic Planet now, 1 lap after his teammate. Pits, lap 11. Probably with 4 back behind his teammate, but that's not too bad because there's a large gap between the two of them. On the medium tire now.
Alan Liam in the Alfa Romeo leads, being chased down by Brian. They are side by side again, going to that sharp corner and
pass. But
Brian stays past.
Yeah, and now Alan Liam has the DRS. Can he get past again? They probably need to pit this lap anyway, except they want to go for 1 stop. That's possible as well from from soft to medium tires. It is possible. You can go for 1 stop. And then of course you should at least go like 1 more lap. Lap 15, lap 14, lap 15 would be perfect then.
It could be a bit of a stretch, but I see what you're going. I see where you're going with that. It could be possible that they're going for the 1 stop. Yeah. Bit of a stretch, but we'll see what happens.
Oh no, Alan Liam is pitting now.
Brian stays out.
Yeah, I actually think Catcher Silver could actually do a 1 stop, or actually everybody in the medium tire, the 4 drivers, because then they have the same amount of stops as the other drivers, and they are on the soft tire for the last stint. So there's the possibility. Adam Liam in the pits now, both 4 behind the 2 McLarens.
And Liam stays in the pit. No, he stays with the medium compound tires. They're fresh, but they're still mediums.
Yeah. And Brian is still in the front of the soft tire. 4 laps, then we have half of the race distance finished. No safety car till now, 3 DNFs. Oh, 2 DNFs, 1 DSQ. Disqualified Sosampat for blocking the pit lane entry, which is really unfortunate because I think he only spun in front of the pit lane entry, and then of course the game thinks you're blocking it and disqualifies you.
Yeah, I remember one time in a qualifying session. I can't remember what track it was. I think it might have been Spain actually. It was a one-shot qualifying session, and I spun out. And I was blocking the pit lane, and I was trying to get out, but I just couldn't.
Aww. Yeah, it's just sometimes it's really unfortunate, sometimes it's really random with the penalties. Of course, sometimes it's pretty realistic. I mean, we see that more often. But of course,
I definitely feel bad for Sosampat because I share the same pain with him, except I feel like it's more painful for him because this was during a race and not during a qualifying session.
Yeah, I mean, if it happens in the qualified, okay, you start last. Oh, a Red Bull, let's strike again.
Striker
Oh,
has
and there's another
spun.
car. Who spun off? There's another driver just spun off next to Striker. I think. No, didn't. Okay. David, after a second pit stop behind Yuji, he will probably get past him into turn 3. And yes, that's
He
the
goes
case.
for it. He absolutely sends it.
Oh, and now, Yuji with a great switchback, and now he has the DRS.
Oh boy. The switcheroo with the DRS.
He tries it, can't make it, and David stays in front. Good move by him. As we have Brian B now in the pits. Let's see which tires we will get. He will choose
The medium
the
compound
medium
tires?
tires.
Yeah.
And that's, yeah. And he will be behind Alan Liam with a good gap to Alex's Beast. And we have a change in lead. Ooh.
Zamor and
gets
Silva
bit
are having a
wide.
battle of their own. Silva has the DRS and he's gonna get past Zamor. Yuji's got a 3-second time penalty from multiple warnings again. And yeah, Silva takes the lead. And on those 15-lap-old medium tires, along with Zamor, who's also got 15-lap-old medium tires.
So I think 6 more laps, lap 22, then you can go onto a fresh set of soft tires, because then it's only 14 laps, and we just saw actually Brian B doing 14 laps, even longer. He just done 16 laps on those soft tires. And of course the car will be a bit lighter on fuel, so degradation will be a bit lower, and now we have Marcus against the Walkers, and it will be a change in position for P3. No defending from the Walkers, because he probably knows Marcus is not the one he's fighting today, because Marcus at the moment is in a league of his own.
Yeah, these drivers are pretty much just pushing the tires to the limit, seeing how long they can last before they really need to box.
The Walker's actually pushing Hazio Marcus a bit. Now gets a bit out of shape at the exit, and now he needs to let Marcus pass. As Silva and Seymour. Silva stays ahead of Seymour. And yeah, gap between the Marcus and Bad Meadow is about 4 seconds.
Yeah, the 4-second gap, but Bad Meadow's probably gonna just give it everything because he has the fresher tires. As Joshua sets the fastest lap in the Alpine, a 105.5.
Yeah, go for it. I mean, it's there for the taking. Might not get any points, but the others won't get any points for it. And yeah, now maybe Marcus can push the Walkers a bit if the Walkers can play the DRS.
The pressure's really on for anyone that pretty much encounters Marcus.
Yeah, I mean, if Marcus doesn't make any mistakes, and we've seen him making a mistake, I think it was in France when he spun like in the last lap, and I think he might win the race. But it's a battle for P2, the Walkers, but battle of Toxic Planet, Alan, Liam, Brian B, all candidates, as Alexis B spun off and retires, and will we see a safety car? Probably not.
You know, it's funny. While you were saying all that, I was trying to remember. I think, yeah, it might have been Marcus that spun. I remember it was on the last lap. I don't know if it was France, unless it was an Alpine driver that spun in Azerbaijan. I'll have to take a look at that real quick.
I'm not really sure, to be honest. I'm just I mean, in Azerbaijan we had Larzium win in front of Marcus. I remember that one. I think Marcus won at that race as well, but right at the end of the Grand Prix, so it didn't make any difference. But yeah, not sure on that. Actually, to be honest, looking at the times the Walkers is doing at the moment, I would actually pit next lap. Because, to be fair, 16 laps on the soft sounds pretty much, but he then of course does the undercut against drivers like Bad Matter, Toxic Planet, Alan Liam, Brian B. So I think an undercut right now would be the best. Yeah, he actually does pit. He actually does go to the pit right now.
And yeah, it was Marcus that spun in Azerbaijan at the last lap.
Okay.
When I think it was, yeah,
okay.
he was battling Larzium.
Okay, good. Yeah, that makes sense. And while actually speaking of the walkers, who has great chance of finishing in good positions after a spin, I didn't mention Catcher Silver and Seymour, who are on the same strategy as the walkers, and are still in front of Marcus. So with a good strategy and good pace, they can actually still finish in front. Those two drivers on the medium tire.
At some point though, they are gonna have to pit, and
yeah, but Marcus I think as well. I mean, it could go to the end, of course, same with the other drivers, but I'm not sure on that because it makes more sense to go on a fresh set of soft tires, and then of course attack again on the fastest lap. So let's see. Seymour's in the pits. Be careful, guys. He's pitting now. Catcher Silver goes for another lap.
yeah.
With Marcus right behind him, I think Marcus just rocket past him into turn 3 or turn 4. Depends on how close he is.
Striker's got a 3-second time penalty.
Yeah.
And Seymour does go for the soft compound tires. So, yeah, I guess he is going for the one-stop strategy. Tutorilla's got a 3-second time penalty. And he's the only one with the hard compound tires. Interesting choice.
Yeah. Before he had a really early pit stop. Yeah, he spun. Yeah, after he spun on the pit lane. Really early pit stop, goes into the hard tire, and can potentially go to the end. I think that was the strategy. And Seymour out in P8, and now I think as Marcus got past Catcher Silver will box this lap. But will probably be undercutted by Seymour, to be fair.
That could be possible.
Yeah, he's now no, he's not pitting it.
So now, Toxic Planet and Liam are having a battle of their own for P4. And they're going to the last corner. And, yeah. Currently there's a 5-second gap. Alan Liam's got DRS. They're about to approach the first corner. And, it looks like Alan Liam is just going to be inching towards Toxic Planet any second now. And I think, is he going to overtake? He's past him, and yeah, he's past him. And they go through that very sharp corner.
Yeah, and good for him that he actually passed him before the breaking point. But now we can see, actually it's a builder. You get closer on the first straight, you get even closer on the second straight, and then in fact you actually get past on the third straight. Because we just seen it, getting past on the second straight not really gives you the position.
But Toxic Planet takes back 4th place. And
now we see Catcher Silver in the pits.
And yep, he's going for the soft compound tires.
Yeah, will fall behind Seymour though, because he's done 2 laps less than him. Seymour probably going for the fastest lap at the moment. Is he? No, he isn't. Fastest lap at the moment on Yosho's side.
So if you're just joining us right now, welcome aboard. We are on lap 23 of 36, and the grid looks like this so far. Marcus, Batmato, Alan Liam, Toxic Planet, and those 2 drivers are actually having a battle of their own. And then there's Brian, Rochish, then Zamor, Catcher Silva, the Walkers, and then David. That's the top 10 for this race. Rochish still hasn't pitted yet for some reason. Guess he's just pushing those tires to the limits. And he might box soon. Most likely going to be for soft tires for that one-stop strategy. And we're seeing more drivers getting more penalties. And Marcus so far does not have a time penalty, still leading the race. And Toxic Planet, Batmato, Brian, all have not gotten a penalty yet. Good for them so far.
Really important. If there's a safety car right at the end, could be race. Could decide to race.
Yeah. It's definitely been an interesting race so far. Luckily there's been no safety car. For some drivers, I guess. Yeah, I guess they could consider themselves lucky that there's no safety car.
Yeah, I mean the drivers were quite far off the track, and CJ gets overtaken, and
oh no!
Marcus made a mistake.
I guess, yeah, Marcus did make a mistake. I saw on the map that a Ferrari spun. I'm like, and I was thinking, wait, is that Marcus? And I looked to see, yes, it was Marcus.
Yeah, so we just talked about him making any mistakes. He actually made a mistake. But look at his ERS management. He had 100% before he spun. He now easily gets past Alan Liam because he had so much more ERS than him. Or if he actually.
You see what I mean? You see what I mean by Marcus being very keen on his DRS? He schemes. I'm telling you, he schemes.
Yeah. So I mean, nothing lost yet, but I mean, Pat Matter will say to himself, why not? P1, 2.3 gap to Alan Liam. I take that.
Yeah, I mean, like, Marcus is just on it.
I mean, don't forget me Seymour. He's 8.2 behind the leader, which means 6.2 behind Alan Liam and Marcus and Transplanet, etc. Which means if they pit another time, Seymour will be in P1 with 10 laps remaining now. So
that will be interesting to see if that actually happens.
Yeah, I mean the Walker, great for him, back in the points, P8 at the moment. Maybe there's more to come. Wojcic, P10 at the moment, great for him. In the points, with that one stop, Alan Liam gets passed, will be passed by Marcus.
Evil Chris got a 3-second time penalty.
Yeah, I think after his spin by pit lane, it was Marcus going a bit overly aggressive with his weaving about.
He's just weaving around.
Yeah. Now 2.3 gap. I think he has the pace to close down if Alan Liam doesn't attack him. So if they fight, that will be an advantage that matter. If they don't fight, they can close the gap.
I think, I don't know what to say. I think if the Walkers does get driver of the day, for a solid comeback, oh no,
Ooh.
Marcus got a penalty.
Well, okay, that isn't a surprise though. Marcus, how clean he is as a driver, he does have some time penalties sometimes, but our drivers don't get a time penalty. So that might be exciting because Black Meadow, Toxic Planet, two McLarens, also Prime B in P5 without a time penalty, and now Alan Liam actually again gets past Marcus. So just don't fight. You lose out.
Yeah, and what was I gonna say? I was gonna say that what was I gonna say? If Walkers gets driver of the day, that'd be nice, because like he's been doing a solid comeback, especially after that rough start that he had at the beginning. But yeah, definitely splendid for him to be in P8 right now.
Yeah,
and
at the moment concerning positions, driver of the day will be Seymour, starting P17 actually, now up to P6, and maybe even more.
Yeah. That'll be nice.
B, so both Alpha Tau is doing great. So Prime B improved from P40 to P5, so that's good as well. And Alan Liam from P9 to P6, P9 to P3. So good job by those drivers.
Yeah, it's always interesting to see when these drivers make a massive comeback, and like what is it? Like Sergio Perez, for example, when he was still racing for Racing Point. Back in 2020, he had that massive comeback in the Sakir Grand Prix. What a legend!
Yeah, that was really, and he actually deserved that win that race. I mean, there are predictions where Russell might have even catched and overtook him. I would have said that he would have defended it I would have won anyways, even though Russell didn't have a puncture. Because I think he had the momentum that race. He was so much faster than everybody else in the midfield pack.
Yeah. So, Batmato currently leads a 2.5 second gap from Marcus.
Yeah, 7 laps remaining. Actually, 8 laps remaining now. And actually, I think nobody will pit anymore because it's actually getting quite late now to make another pit stop. So I think everybody will go to the end of the race, except as a safety car, of course.
Yeah. Hopefully that doesn't actually happen.
Well, it would make life interesting actually. Let's say have a safety car lap 31, have it in lap 33, and then we have 4 laps remaining with many battles on track. That would actually be very interesting.
Yeah. I mean, I remember, I think it was in France, we saw a safety car during the last few laps. And, yeah.
So many races gone past now, I'm actually not sure what happened at which race. But I do remember that the one stop, I think at every race we had now, if there wasn't a safety car, was the winning strategy. I remember in Baku, we said the drivers are really going risky with that one stop. The winner won on the one stop. In Bahrain, Ivo Chris made that mistake with a 2-stop, didn't pay out for him. The one stop won the race, and also in Portimao, the one stop won the race. And it seems like Batmato at the moment seems to be favored for the win. 6 laps remaining, 6.5 laps to go.
No penalties on the McLarens either, so it could get pretty. It could be pretty interesting. We might see a potential 1-2 from McLaren this race.
Last time we saw that was Italy 2021. Yeah, 2021.
With Daniel Ricciardo and Lando Norris.
Yeah. Would be good for good for those two, of course. Done a great race. Of course. Massive thanks goes to Marcus actually spinning in the last corner, because I think without that, I think Marcus would have won. But of course, mistakes are part of it, and you only win if you don't make any mistakes.
Yeah, and yeah, there's not really much else to say about that. I mean, it's very interesting that despite the mistake that Marcus made and the penalty, he's still holding up pretty strong. I mean, it's like if there's like a mistake that happens, I mean, it's probably gonna get on your head for a while. I just feel,
yeah.
I mean, this is coming from like personal experience. Sometimes whenever I make a mistake, I get kind of frustrated.
For me, it's the same. Usually, if I make a mistake, the 5 laps after that are horrible from race pace, and there's usually a high chance of me spinning again or crashing the car because I'm just not really focused anymore. But I mean, for him, I mean, he knows his pace and he knows that he can actually get back up again. And actually, now it's a fight between him and Alan Liam, depending on time penalties. With now 5 stops remaining. In fact, great race from Audi drivers. I mean, only one car being lapped, which is Striker when he had an unfortunate race anyway. But Audi drivers inside that one lap, they won a safety car. So good job.
Yeah. If somebody just spun, as I was about to say something, and it's Yuji that spun.
Yeah. Unfortunate.
What was I gonna say was, what is it? If Toxic Planet can shrink the gap between himself and Alan Liam, it could be a McLaren 1-2, because Alan Liam and Marcus currently have a 3-second time penalty each. So, yeah.
Oh no! It makes a mistake.
Just I was about to say something. Toxic Planet got spun. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness me.
Oh, so unfortunate. We should stop talking about it. Last time we talked about Sasha Disting going for a move, and then he spun that same corner. So
Jeez.
unfortunate. Really sorry.
That is insane.
No,
Oh no, not
Bad
Batmano. He's got a time penalty.
Oh, it's going horribly wrong now for McLaren because now Alan Liam actually closed down by 2 tenths and actually gets still as far as Brian B. Brian B without a penalty at the moment. If he gets into that 3-second window of bad matter, which is actually quite difficult at the moment,
yeah, it is absolutely insane that for some reason, like it's just like 1 second we talk about a driver, and then all of a sudden, bam, he just makes a mistake.
Yeah.
That's I feel like it's just bad omen nowadays. I think.
I mean, some drivers are listening to the stream, and all the time they know that the commentators are talking about the driver. They try to be even more concentrated, not do a mistake, and then in that exact moment they do a mistake. Always the same. Oh, and the Walker. But I mean, he's pretty safe on P7 at the moment. We talked to Planet is right behind him. It's getting darker. I mean, 2 laps before the end of the race.
It is getting cloudy, but I don't think we'll see any rain for the race.
No, is it raining at the moment?
No.
Or it's just my screen actually.
Wait.
Yes, it is raining.
Oh
it is
no!
Raining. It is raining.
Oh no!
Good timing.
Why?
It gets even dark. I mean, a pit stop doesn't make any sense now. 2 laps remaining.
Tutorula decides to go into the pits.
Oh, please don't say me that. He's on. Okay, he's going for. Oh, Marcus spun again. And I don't even get another time penalty.
Oh no! Tutorula goes for the inters. Tutorula goes for the inters, and with 2 laps remaining.
Yeah.
Oh man.
I think it's inter time, because you do make up loads of time on the first intermediate.
Oh,
look at the spray.
This is. Oh my god. I am absolutely speechless right now. DRS has been disabled.
Yeah. Oh, Marcus can't even get into the pits. Pumping damage probably. No grip at all for the Ferrari driver. Brian Bree gets a time penalty. Oh, and now we need to go. Oh, I think the walkers could be on a magic strategy.
This.
Oh wow. This is even better than the safety car, to be honest.
This race that started with insanity is now ending with insanity. What is happening?
Keep an eye on the walkers. He's P6 in the moment. The first driver with the lead. Look how slow they are in the front. They have no grip at all.
The front is okay, I was just watching the onboard of Batman. I just saw a piece slide past him.
Yeah.
Oh,
I mean,
this
good
is
thing for the drivers in the front. It's short track, so they get to pits pretty fast. And it would be Belgium. They would go around 7 kilometers, losing so much time. That matters now.
I'm not driving in this race, but I am absolutely stressed out as Batman goes into the pits. Alan Liam stays out. Oh my goodness.
It's the last lap. He's going for the race win. I think.
I'm guessing he is being absolutely careful right now, as. Oh my goodness.
Oh, the Catcher Silver nearly spun off there. Brian B, his teammate in P4.
Catcher Silver has spun out. He hits a wall. I don't know what that is. A Ramco sign. He hits it, and this is. I'm just on the edge of my seat, and I'm just getting the chills from all this.
I mean, it's not sure, but Maddow could still actually potentially fight for the win, because they are so slow at the moment. He has so much more pace. Oh my gosh, I just can't make a prediction who will win this race anymore.
This is honestly, this reminds me of Silverstone 2020, except it's not a puncture that Alan Lehman is dealing with. It's rain he's dealing with.
And now it's only 7 seconds, 6 seconds, 5 seconds now. He's not much time, but he will make probably one more overtake on Seymour. Seymour will be passed, and that was all about time penalties. Alan Liam in front, Brian B, and now Bet Maddow. He won't make another Overtake, oh yes, there you go, Brian B.
Bad
Last
battle,
lap.
and it's the last lap.
No,
Oh.
Brian B wins! Brian B wins this race! And we have
Oh,
a seventh,
whoa. That.
and I think we have
I-
a seventh race winner in the seventh race. I'm not sure on that. Please correct me. But we have another race winner. I think Brian B, that's his first race win in Division 8. That matters.
Holy Moses.
We have a McLaren 2-4, really close on the podium, talked about it before. Walkers, P5, great result from him.
Oh
Dave
my.
P6, Marcus, only P7. David, Casual Silver, P8, P9 for Mercedes, and Tutula,
P10.
car home in P10. And Joshua, reserve driver, only P11, so close on the points.
Yeah, pretty
that
close.
last
Close.
3 laps. I looked at the clouds and I thought there might be some rain, and how fast that went. You couldn't have made the right decision. That was so close.
I was seeing the clouds. I was seeing the clouds, and I'm just
Wow.
like, wait, no, don't tell me. And then it just starts raining. And Brian gets driver of the day. Absolutely splendid work from him. Wow. Yeah, just congratulations to him. That was an
No, that was
absolutely
amazing.
crazy race. Yeah, there's not really much else to say.
No, congrats to Brian. Also congrats to Bad Maddow. He was so close to the victory. 0.095 seconds. That's nothing. And we saw how close that was. And yeah, really good drive from all of them. Adam Liam P3, another podium on his name. Toxic Planet, the Walkers P5. Seymour in the points, P6. Marcus, of course, really unfortunate, spun twice from pole position, P7. David, Castello, P8, P9, Julo, P10, he gets the last point. Fast lap goes to Evo Chris, but no point, sadly for him.
I mean, despite despite spinning out at that one turn, Marcus didn't do so bad. He got P7, which means there have been some points for Ferrari.
Yeah,
And-
of course. But
Yeah.
still, if you start P1 and lead the race by about 4 seconds and you are the fastest driver with 100% ERS, you usually aim to win the race. And he didn't. And I think he will be a bit disappointed with that.
Overall, I'd say that was a crazy race. Really, it was really good as well. I will say, yeah.
Another great race in Division 8. I just love it. I'm just looking forward to the next race, which will be next Monday in the Netherlands.
Ooh, that'd be interesting.
Yeah, ooh, yeah.
Anyways,
What?
this has been United League Racing Division 8, Season number 4, Race number 7 in Austria. And we thank you all for tuning in today. And yeah, that'll be it from my end. Anything else you want to add?
Well? No. I wish you a great evening or great day, depends on where you live. And we'll see you next week, or maybe tune in the next days.
Yeah. See you later, guys, and have yourself a good one.